now we're into the picks and bans. But the big thing here is I want to pay attention to what gets banned by Curse Academy and who they focus down on Team 8, because there are just so many different champions in these guys' champion pools that you have to really regulate what you ban and what you first pick against Team 8.
Well, Dodo does not get Alistar, and Bunny Fubu does not get Thresh. I don't think that'll change much throughout this tournament. Vayne gone away from Impactful. Nidalee away from Calitrolls. Ziggs also away from Slushy. So his Yasuo is up right now. Keen has not shown that he plays it just yet.
He does, though.
Yeah,
He's in his champion pool, and if they first pick it for themselves, no, they're going to give him the Orianna.
All right, so the team comp that no one's let Team 8 play in like 7 years, the Gragas Yasuo, might be available here.
That's absolutely true. So Team 8, here's the thing, is Yasuo is always banned against Lucia. It is always, always, always banned against him. And I think he'll jump at the opportunity here because Orianna is out for him. Ziggs is out for him. He could fall back on the Twisted Fate, but the fact they're hovering over Maokai kind of signals to me that they might go for a composition along those lines, get themselves some knock-up assistance here, and they'll go for the Yasuo later down in the line.
I like this choice of a teammate, though. I actually really love this draft. They've secured, I think, the dominant support right now. Nami will win every single matchup we'll see Bunny Fufu throw at him. And, of course, the Maokai top lane is just so strong, and he even does have some Yasuo assistance.
Yeah, and the thing that Calitrolls is actually going to go for that as opposed to the Gragas speaks worlds of what he wants to accomplish in that top lane. He wants to be tanky and durable, so when he shows up to the fights, he's able to just defend, which I think there might be a hyper carry this game for Maple Street.
Well, Nami Cog is an incredibly strong lane. Now that Trist is off the field, it's a pretty likely pickup here, but we don't know Curse Academy's support just yet. Even still, Impactful will be set up to deal plenty of damage here with Nunu jungle. The Orianna mid going to be great as well. Bo5 has pretty much anywhere he wants to go from the jungle here. He had been playing Kha'Zix every single game when he got the chance, but now, even with it up, he goes for Nocturne. There's actually a couple of ways teammate could go with this now.
Yeah, so Nocturne at 414 is kind of the new Rengar, except more successful in North America.
Yeah.
Because he has basically the same style. Farm till 6, then press R, and join the fights. Porpoise Pops, he loves doing that on that champion, and he played it before it was really popular, too. So he's kind of hipster in that sense, but he's not dropping the champion. He's actually bringing it to the table, and this allows Slushy to do, he can go for the Yasuo with the comp, or he can go with the Twisted Fate, and they just have global pressure.
Exactly. Those are the two I think we look for as well, is just the fact that you have such great gank pressure off the Nocturne TF, but also Nami and Maokai are gank setups there, or sorry, ulti setups for the Yasuo. Those are the predictions. We'll see if they come through. Chris could just play another Mundo game here in the top lane. Chris is one of the few Mundos I've actually seen successful on the champion. I'm not personally a big fan of him myself. I feel like he just does so little for the first 25 minutes of the game. But Chris has proved me wrong otherwise.
Yeah, the fact that he played the Mundo 2-0 against LoL Pro. And there it is. There's the Yasuo being locked in for Slushy. It was what they set up for in Champions Select right out of the first rotation of picks, or the first round of picks for themselves.
Yep. Got the knockups they wanted. I assume they would have picked Trist if it were available afterwards, but wanted to prioritize the Nami over that and let Maple play some Kog'Maw. That's just fine. So Curse Academy have a very nice, heavy front line, good crowd control, and honestly good backline as well. It's just a very well-rounded team fight-based team comp. Team 8, though, very explosive. You got a lot of setups for ganks.
Yeah, Team 8 looks like more of a team fighting composition here in the overall. They'll start the fight off. They'll have some good engages. Calitrolls can flank. But then Curse Academy on the other side, they have multi-pronged comp here because they could go with, we're going to use Keen, getting him fed in the mid lane because he loves to farm. He loves to get really, really fed on that Orianna. Roam, show up to the fights and do a ton of damage. But also, they have the Blood Boil for Tristana, and they have the big wall of Mundo. Yeah,
so I think a well-positioned 5-on-5 goes Curse Academy's way. I just think that there's a lot of X factor for Team 8 because Calitrolls' teleports are just so darn good. Random stuff's going to happen. The curveballs are going to come out, and it's going to be difficult for Curse Academy. So as this match begins, let's see who you guys at home think is going to win. And according to LOLesports.com, 54% of you say that Curse Academy will take this series. Well, they are the higher seed coming in, but apparently the hype's not real enough for Team 8.
Oh, not real just yet. And now that Champ Select is over, let us know if you still agree with that vote and who you think will win by tweeting us at LOL Esports with either hashtag CA win or T8 win. We'll check your votes in just a bit.
All right, guys. Well, the game is getting loaded up. We're about to get ourselves started on this one, and it's going to be a fun battle. Really, that's all I can really say here. Curse Academy, I think if they can play that measured game and get the early lead that I think they expect from themselves, they'll be in really good shape. But we have to see what Saint can do off of a low gank pressure champion like Nunu.
Here's the thing, too, is Keen, we're just looking at him there for a second. everybody in Oceania is like, he was the best mid laner there. And everybody I talked to in North America that's played against him is like, he's not actually as great as everybody hypes him up to be. But we saw him have an amazing performance when he played against LoL Pro.
Yeah.
They said he had a good day, and I talked to him later on. Lod was like, nope, Keen isn't actually as good, but I lost to him.
Well, here's the funny thing. This is Keen's first live event. When he was playing pro in Oceania, he was actually playing from home in Korea. It was all online. This is the first time he's played on LAN. Some players just click on LAN. Keen so far is perfect.
30 seconds until minions.
Normally we talk about LCS experience being like this big boon, right? It's like, oh yeah, they're not going to have the nerves, not going to have the jitters, but Keen might just go the other way and be like, yeah, for beginner's luck, I'm crushing people on LAN for the first time ever.
Maybe he just feels at home. Maybe the cheers will get to him when he makes a good play. Maybe he'll get overzealous. Maybe he'll just keep a calm head. A lot of things here. He does take the exhaust in the mid lane for Slushie, double exhaust to deal with the Yasuo, and the Curse Academy led it through with this strategy in mind. 8
gold to Dodo. That means he's at least 17 points utility. Inferring masteries. Actually, the common support masteries now 0921, like down the board. Across the board, down the line. That's the one. Late invade for Curse Academy though. Team 8 gonna go ahead and steal away a blue buff. Looks like we will have normal lanes for everyone, but Chris will have to burn his teleport.
Ooh, they're sitting in this bush, and they're gonna go for the late invade, but
I think it's safe.
Still not gonna find anything, because they're actually just swapping blue buffs here. But all 4 members of Curse Academy on the bottom side, we might just get 2-on-2 lanes here with the TP from Chris late.
Well, it often doesn't hurt you too much to lose your TP this early on. It's only a 4-minute cooldown. You typically don't have to TP that early on. And we go into the lane. Dodo missed the CS. A little bit of gold missed out here, but looks like we have equal experience. So the question is, who can push a bit better? Right now, that is Curse Academy. They are up basically 1 minion right now.
Yeah, and the Zillion passive doesn't help you in the first level up here in the bot lane.
Yeah.
It doesn't take effect until level 3.
Exactly, yeah. You still require all 3 melee minions to hit level 2. You get, what, a 1 minion lead?
Yep.
On the road to level 3. That's when the 8% actually matters here. Turns into a break point. Maple Street and Dodo right now taking a little bit of harass, but to me, just the Nami sustain makes it very easy to survive a Zillion lane.
So both these junglers, big thing here is Porpoise Pops, he wants to hang out in the jungle. He'll make occasional ganks depending on how far people are pushed up, but he wants to hit 6 ASAP, and Saint wants to stop him from hitting 6 by going into his jungle.
We'll see if we can do that right here. Of course, there will be a level lead for Curse Academy thanks to, again, that Zillion passive. Dodo hitting level 2 lands the Bevel. You saw that harass onto Impactful, and you notice that Triss has a run a potion. Maple Street is much healthier as a result.
Yeah, they've been trading back and forth, and the early harass and the extra damage from Kog'Maw and Nami is really what attributes to that. But here's Saint. He's actually in this bottom lane just chilling. And he walks away.
And he finds the lane is not going any way he can gank here. Does maybe look to get around in this mid lane here. Gets a quick Trinket Ward to watch any possible gank paths of Nocturne. I do like that ward because it'll watch both the defensive counter gank as well as the route, or sort of the route down towards the river there.
And this Oceania superstar of Keen played for Curse Oceania. He hasn't lost lane to my knowledge. When I talked to the Australian casters, they were saying that he always wins lane, he always capitalizes off of his lead, and he roams at really good times. His timing of roams is really what made him the best mid laner, because he will clear, leave lane, or he'll win like a 2-on-2 skirmish, and then he will leave lane immediately instead of pushing and just go top and create another advantage for his team.
Well, right now that might be what Keen needs to do here. Teammate now winning a bit of the fan vote on Twitter, and Slushie is outlast hitting Keen by a little bit in this early game. So far, Teammate holding the smallest of edges just from the laning phase. But to me, it really matters on what happens for Dragon number 1. Does Curse Academy get the control with the Nunu jungle? Or does Teammate use their really, really good teleports to turn it around?
Just a prediction, I think we'll wait until the level 6 for Porpoise Pop. He'll look bottom, might be a TP from Cali Trolls, and then they'll try to capitalize with a Dragon. And Teammate, I think they'll make the first move based on their composition. That's really what I think is going to happen here.
I agree. I think they do have the better opportunities for being aggressive here. So Curse Academy should be on their guard a little bit. So far, so good, though. Nothing really catastrophic happening on either side.
Yep, it's just farm time right now. But, oops, Slushie goes a little too far forward and eats a turret shot.
And a Dissonance. Keen actually getting some good damage back down here.
He is actually heading CS.
Yep. He's going to be up about 6 by the end of all this. 5. Darn. That was close. Saint, though, making his first aggressive move, though. He's walking into the enemy jungle. No wards in inventory. Just wants to try to counter jungle. But wolves are gone.
Nope.
Says, never mind. Takes the white. Spots the blue just to have the marker gone. Smart choice there. Takes about a half second to do that. And very quickly grabs that away.
Yeah, no deep wards here from Curse Academy. And Porpoise Pops, he's actually looking top at the moment. He's going to walk over a ward if he gets out of that bush. But here comes Saint to the bottom lane, and this is the first gank of the game.
Bubble onto Saint, though, and Maple's going to be fairly safe in this one. Meanwhile, top lane, there is a fight. Chris has already burned his flash, but he's going to take damage already, now down to 300 health. Will they keep chasing? Porpoise Pops just takes a cleaver and can't do much more, but Chris out of summoner spells and no TP for 30 seconds.
Yep, trying to get the Mundo to back before the level 6 and possibly trying to kill him under his turret. It's a good move there and a good timing by Porpoise Pops to make that gank happen.
And Mundo will have to walk back, so if Calitrolls can push fast enough, or I guess freeze for long enough, he'll actually deny a bunch of experience here. That could be a very good thing for this teammate top lane and makes the gank worth it overall.
You know, I was talking about how Calitrolls comes at Chris and Chris just defends himself.
Yep.
I talked to Calitrolls earlier and I was like, is there actually something there? And he's like, well, I'm a nice guy and Chris is the only person on my ignore list. For the last year and a half, he's the only person.
Wow.
So apparently he BM'd him one time and said something. He's like, that's it. Had enough. And you know he's at his end of his rope if he doesn't have anybody else on there. He's the only dude.
Yep.
Trying to get
he got
revenge.
crisscrossed.
Ooh.
X'd him off the list. Nunu not finding his way in on much, though. St. Vicious just doing some pretty sparse counter jungling, but not much else. Bot lane, you're seeing the pressure come in. When those bubbles land, Dodo is a very good nom, and you can see what kind of pressure that provides. First recall did go to Tristana, has a BF sword and a couple of potions for himself.
Level 6 will be hit here by Porpoise Pops off of this camp when he gets it for himself, because he's not going to give it over to that Yasuo.
Nope.
And now his first Paranoia gank will be coming out. Will he look top? Because there's no flash.
Thing is, though, it's Moon with an ultimate now.
Exactly.
There's no Ignite to be sort of put in there, so I'm not sure he'd even get much done with Calitrolls.
It'd be very difficult.
Bot lane, though, I think is explosive. Both teams have just bought. You've got the extra CC. You've got Nami with not yet tidal wave, but still bubbles could be enough. Chris and Calitrolls are going to do a little bit of battle. And
Trying to get the ulti out.
Is losing a fair bit of health, yeah. If that goes on cooldown, teammate can get that kill up there.
The red buff is about to come out. Saint Vicious is trying to look around that area for Porpoise Pops.
Doesn't find him just yet. Does walk towards the mid lane. Both these guys have pink wards near the upper river. And there's 6 for Saint.
Hits it off the crossover in the mid lane. He's going to go get his own, and there is the ultimate blown by Chris. Porpoise Pops, he'll most likely clear his red and then go top lane.
There is red buff going down. Skins it pretty safely. And so the question is, how high is Chris's health bar?
It's decent, but he has no flash, he has no ultimate, and there's a lot of CC and gank assistance from Calitrolls, and he also has a flash.
Calitrolls is a bit low, though, making this just slightly difficult. Chris now far enough away.
There's also a pink ward, though,
from his
so
turret.
he has no idea this is going to happen. If
Exactly.
Calitrolls closes this distance...
Well, Chris has to know this is available. Like, there's no shadow of a doubt that Nocturne is level 6 right now. He knows, Chris knows he has no wards here.
Is he looking for the ward? He doesn't have it up.
He can maybe, like, try to cleaver the brush. You see Porpoise has to walk down to not get cleavered.
At the same time, though,
This is smart.
the intuition
Chris
that is happening...
No, he's banning himself. Chris is saying, Porpoise Pops, look at me, I'm over here. And the team goes for Dragon. Picked up by St. Vicious. Perfect play by Curse Academy. Nicely done.
And pick it up with some smart rotations there. And the bait, like you said.
Yep.
Drawing attention to himself top. He looked like a very juicy target. And his ultimate is already back up.
And Porpoise Pops will. He's counter jungle, realizes that, yep, we lost the Dragon. My bad, guys. So he'll take away some jungle camps in anger. The turret dive may be still available, but of course, as you say, Chris does have his ulti available here. So the counter jungling not going to mean much. Those camps will both respawn by the time Nunu sees them anyway. So really not much gained here for the last minute or two by Porpoise Pops.
He's looking top. The ward placed in that
here.
bush.
All right, smart of him to wait there.
He's going to go...
Didn't wait
clear
there.
this? He's passed it twice now.
Aww.
Doesn't clear the pink ward. Doesn't even look for it.
Yep. Well, again, Curse Academy are safe. They know what side of the map Nocturne's on. They know who's available to be ganked. And now he's actually been forced to hold mid as well, so even more knowledge being gained. Curse Academy are completely stopping Nocturne from doing anything here.
And they're going to...
Dragon Gold puts him in the lead.
Exactly. Just slightly, though. It's about 400 gold lead here. As back and forth in the bot lane still happening. They've backed once for items.
Wow. Impactful really pushed around there. And I feel like this bot lane is actually going to start tipping now in Team 8's favor. Until you really complete 2 items on Tristana, you start falling away against Kog'Maw, who actually spikes much earlier on and then holds up there.
He didn't get the Trinity Force first. He's going towards the Blade of the Rune
That's what he always does. Maple's build is always Rune King Triforce. Every AD carry I've talked to is like, I don't know why he does this.
Talk to him.
Yellow Pete was in yesterday, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what he's doing. It's like, I don't know, man. It's a weird build.
Yeah. Up top, though, the aggression, but Calitrolls did see St. Vicious going through.
Goes in, going on the Keen, gets exhausted and dodges away from the Shockwave. Slooshy, perfect.
This is why you don't give him Yasuo the aggression. Even though he had the exhaust used on him, he didn't blow his Ignite. He didn't go for a full all-in.
Nope. Knew what kind of damage he could deal with exhaust on. You can't keep chasing that. You will die under the turret. So it's actually a very obvious choice to dodge away. Like, honestly, Slooshy made the only play available to him. Keen didn't respect that or realize it.
And Saint, he's forced to hold the mid lane instead of counter jungling. That's going to bring the attention to that mid. And Slooshy, he's free to do what he wants. He can go get a deep ward or clear camp. He doesn't have any wards, so he's going to do this option.
Nope. He's going to go ahead and kill. Oh, he's now revealed. That tornado went across the wall.
Well, they saw him go there from this ward.
Yeah, well, the ping as well. St. Vicious. Wind walls, the Ice Blast.
But here comes Keen. He's going too hard.
A lot of damage coming through, but Shockwave is down.
Pops.
He's got a knockup available. The team will not chase.
Wow, so just the aggressive play there, the invade on the jungle, and the farm of these 2 mid laners is just highly prized between them. They're just trying to scale for their teams.
They are. I'm actually surprised, though, that Keen has not been able to roam out and make many plays, though. I honestly would have expected it from Orianna by this point. But so far, a very, very low action game.
It's a low contact game.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of going at each other, but they aren't getting any kills. The biggest thing
They're battling in lane.
Yeah, the biggest thing that's happened was the dragon.
And even that's been basically equalized by a farm lead here for mostly Porpoise Pops. Level 8 now on this Nocturne, getting plenty of gold for himself. And another blue buff, so life is decent for Team 8.
He also has a very versatile build on his Nocturne. Porpoise Pops is a guy who's played Nocturne forever. And now we've seen him go with the Spirit of the Ancient Golem build when they were playing Gragas top, and now he's going for the Spirit of the Elder Lizard because they need more damage from this jungler because they have a tanky top laner. Right. They aren't going for the double tank.
Yep, definitely a very smart adaptation here by Porpoise Pops, doing the right thing. Blue buff to Keen. And actually to correct my previous statement, the reason for the gold lead I think is Dodo actually getting a GP10 in the bot lane there. Earning up on the Nami, Calitrolls, and Chris doing battle. Who is even coming in though? Just the ulti pop by Chris. He's going to run away from Calitrolls. Can Nocturne make his way in? Looks like not. Wards go down from Slooshy.
They finally got that pink ward. They cleared it out on that roam. Slooshy walked through the bush.
Same for Chris though.
After roaming. And here he's going to find that pink ward. Saint actually shows himself.
Puts the Blood Boil down, just in case he didn't realize he was there around. And Chris is going to try to keep pushing back Calitrolls. No, top lane has gone equal. So we have to see who does better in later game team fights. Porpoise Pops wants in on St. Vicious, going to get the Fear Tether down, gets away from the Shockwave, and that is the second whiffed ulti from Keen now.
Oh. Impactful very low, but also in the top lane, they're just dueling back and forth. Calitrolls is super low.
He's got to be a bit careful. Cleaver's going to land one more time.
Oh, Porpoise Pops is coming up, though.
Can he make it happen? Chris does not have ulti. He does have Flash. There's the Nocturne.
Chris
stays in the wings, flashes away, but he gets in with the root. This will be Chris going down. First blood goes to Calitrolls of Team 8.
That's what you get for flaming Calitrolls. You get on the ignore list and you get ganked over and over again.
Calitrolls clearly did not ignore Chris in that top lane, though. No. He was out on the whole time. Bot lane now under fire. But Nunu's coming to flank around. There's going to be a 3-on-2. Saint's coming.
Saint's coming around. If he gets in a good position for his absolute zero, he will slow them long enough.
1, 2 people hit by it.
The TP
coming in from Calitrolls. The flash out for Maple. There he is. The Maokai roots in Impactful. He's going to get revived by Zilly, but now can he get away afterwards? Saint very low. TP in from Mundo, and this will be a good re-engage. Dodo going to lose a lot of health. It's a very, very fast Mundo.
They have to back up because the mid laners are coming in, and Keen doesn't have his Shockwave just yet, so it would be a lost team fight. It's coming up.
Looks like they're going to stay all right.
And now he has it, and he's good to go.
All right, ulti's burned, summoner spell's burned, and nothing ultimately happens.
5 seconds on Dragon, though.
Ooh, and the health bars are better right now for Team 8, plus Dodo can heal them up. And this is Team 8 now already up 1,200 gold, could make it quite a bit more here. Keen does have Shockwave. He's level
There's no
11.
jungler here.
The knock by the Bunny Fufu. In goes Slushie. Exhaust is on. And there comes Maokai. Dragon already taken. There's a Shockwave. Picks up one. That's Dodo going down. Now Keen on the run. One hit from dead. Slushie gets the tornado. Double kill for Yasuo.
Slushie, you have to ban the Yasuo against him in this adaptation by Curse Academy, leaving it open and thinking they could deal with it. I don't know what's going to happen. They went for that dragon, even though Saint wasn't around to smite it.
And that is teammate doing perfect things right here. 3,000 gold lead. Walking away 3-1 on the map. Perfect.
Yeah, and they don't lose anything for it. They don't get an objective traded against them.
All 5 are on the bottom side of the map, of course. It's a very, very clean situation. The lanes hold stagnant for a while. And hey, look, even Porpoise Pops grabs mid.
Yeah, he's going to go clear up this farm and just push it out, and that's going to draw Keen back in there. Keen, he does eventually get a good shockwave, but Bunny Fufu, one-man ultimate there from Slushie. He chases that down with the flash. Keen does end up killing Dodo. But the big thing there is that that puts Slushie, the ultimate, on the opposite side of Curse Academy. So they effectively got a flank mid-fight from that.
It's beautiful stuff. And so Team 8, their team fighting was what we thought was so good about them, and you can see it right here. The slow and steady pace of Curse Academy not quite paying out there. Nocturnal comes in again for Chris. Pop's ulti does not have flash. The fear will land. Red buff is there. The slow from Maokai as well. He's not in range for the root, though, and that will not be anything else picked up.
And that's going to be Chris getting back up to full HP here. And the gank effective for just an ultimate.
Yeah, ulti's traded, not much used, though.
That's going to be a gank mid, though. But it's not going to do much.
Slushie just walks away cleanly. And even still, like, Saint's not going to be that good of a ganker.
They're collapsing. They're leaving Maple bottom, but Curse Academy, they're drawing all of their team to this mid lane to try and push a turret.
The Curse Academy are here first, and they've got damage on this turret available. Good damage. The Blood-Boiled Impactful doing good work. You can see it losing health pretty rapidly.
A Windwall used to block an Ice Blast instead of the damage to the turret there. A little questionable, but look at this. Chris going on to Cali Trolls. He doesn't have his ultimate, but it's almost back up.
The sustained battle, though, plenty interesting. The, of course, early Spirit Visit helping Chris quite a bit, but he's already gone for the Ninja Tabby as well, knowing he will have to deal with Slushie and Maple Street later on here.
And that's the objective trade, too. Teammate, they left Maple Street in the bottom lane, like I said, and he pushes a turret down while Impactful is mid, and they don't even get a turret in the mid lane in favor of Curse Academy.
And look what happened now. It's a 25 CS lead for Maple Street because of all that time wasted by Impactful. Sure, that turret's low, but it's not been picked up yet. Teammate still getting farther and farther ahead here.
I talked with Maple, and he was basically saying, I get carried by Dodo in lane. I basically sit there, and my job is to last hit, and Dodo will do everything. And Dodo leaves the lane, and I will just stay around. This happens all the time. Maple's always split pushing for them and trading objectives.
I like how it's like a passive split push.
Yeah.
It's not like Double's like, guys, I'm going to be Vayne. Don't worry, I got this. It's like, well, my support's gone. Guess I'll CS here.
Yeah, I guess I'm fine. Dodo, and he trusts Dodo, too. He trusts Dodo to know when to roam and when to leave him. Because Dodo will leave lane even if it's 2-on-1 and he leaves Maple Street there.
Right.
Dodo's like, I'm going to go mid because I'm going to go get a gank for Slushie. And Maple's like, all right, man, see you later. And then it happens.
It's been beautiful. It is really scary to 1v2 as an AD carry, you know, especially as someone like Kog'Maw, how easy it is to get killed. And it's been perfect for Team 8. Dodo's been in the right place at the right time. He's got that assist on him. The Sight Stone, the early Moby Boots. Team 8 are just completely set up for success.
Moby Boots on Nami.
Yep.
Very, very early on. And he's treating that champion like a roaming champion now. He's been in mid lane this entire time. He didn't make a trip back down bottom.
That's true. He's been getting around the map and making good plays elsewhere. Of course, there's only one Sight Stone on the team and that one trinket for Maple Street. So it's really on Dodo and individual purchases to get the vision control back for Team 8 here.
And here's the thing, is Team 8 is actually going to thrive in a situation like this because if you are waiting around for the team fight as Curse Academy, you just lost a team fight to Team 8. They're ahead of you in gold, and if you do nothing and wait for the next one, wait for the teleport, wait for the dragon, Team 8 will most likely take it off of you again.
It's almost definitely going to happen here. Curse Academy have not really found a way to get back in on this game. I don't think they can just wait for Tristana and Orianna to work. Maybe one Shockwave can do it. Cali Trolls brawling with Chris. No ulti up for the Maokai, though. Taking plenty of damage.
They need to push the wave up.
He's trying.
But they're going to get flanked from behind.
Ooh, good plays, Curse Academy. All right.
The back and forth here, but hey, Maple Street, still down bottom.
And he's up 30 CS now. That number has been growing. Puts down a pink ward defensively, clears away the wards.
He's leaving.
He realizes mid lane's getting pushed in and getting called into action here. All 4 members now top side of the map. Good turret kill picked up there by Curse Academy. That roam finally pays off. And we're in a 3,000 gold game.
Yeah, they needed him mid lane, but instead, hangs out, walks over a pink ward, does nothing.
He was busy spitting stuff in the jungle.
Yeah, he wasn't looking, actually, because he was looking somewhere else for his living artillery.
So what happened with Kog'Maw is you're never looking at your own champion.
You should be attack moving into brush, though.
I agree.
Every brush.
So you know what's cool, actually, is when you chase with attack move, I've seen players now put wards behind them, and you'll stop hitting wards instead. It's like, that's really sick. What a great play.
And it's so good.
Especially pink wards, because they won't turn invisible. If you're not paying attention, you're like, wait, why am I here?
The best is when you know you're dead, and then you're just like, I'm just going to throw all of my sight stone on this part.
You just hope.
And you hope.
Well, Dodo got it. Hope now removed from Curse Academy as that pink ward goes down, but they're trying to sneak into this one. However, Saint got seen. He got pinged. Curse Academy are not as sneaky as they expect they are.
Here's the thing, though, is they tried to bait it because Dragon is up in 7 seconds, and they thought, teammate, you're going to set up for the Dragon. And while you're doing that, we're going to go do Baron. But Saint, like you said, he was seen.
Saint and Chris low on health now, though there are ultimates available to heal back up. Curse Academy going to be all right there. Kylie Trolls removes the pink ward, continues ward dominance over that side of the map. Aegis picked up for Kelly Trolls as well, so very team fight focused.
He's trying to get in onto this team. He used his ultimate.
The ulti really early. That is now down for 30 seconds.
It looks like a 5-on-5 team fight. They're trying to get towards this Dragon, but not leave the mid lane open for a push from Curse Academy.
Well, Curse Academy, though, they want to push, so it's really leaving teammate on the back foot here. The first really aggressive move we've finally seen from Curse Academy here.
They're waiting on Maokai
so far.
They're waiting on Maokai ultimate from Cali Trolls. He's looking for a flank. He's sweeped.
10 seconds to go.
He's going to try to walk around. They could deny the vision with Porpoise Pops' ultimate as he walks by.
The soccer ball comes down.
Trying to push in. They see Maple, so they know this would be a 3-on-5 if they just went in.
Well, pink wards once again being removed on both sides. Curse Academy now the inside track on Dragon. Teammate actually in a very weird sort of concave position. I don't think it's actually very good for the team. Because Curse Academy, I think, can draw their battle lines and push people around.
Porpoise is just soloing it.
Wow, nice move by Porpoise. Curse Academy going to walk back towards Baron, though.
They're going to walk towards it. Porpoise Pop is actually going to end up very low. This Dragon is doing a lot of damage to him.
This is actually pretty rough for teammate, potentially. Curse Academy don't know how low he's going to get. Nice two-man bubble buys more time. That will be the Dragon for teammate, and Curse Academy, I think, aren't going to play aggressively enough to punish this low health bar of Porpoise Pops.
Nope, he's at 300 HP after that, and they have no idea. They just know that the Dragon is going to be gone.
Wow, what a great play by teammate. Now they're up 4.7 thousand gold just by playing a much smarter mid game, getting really good ganks in the bot lane, getting really good ganks in the top lane, better team fighting and Dragon control.
Yeah, they did end up getting awarded into the Dragon Pit, but after it was gone. So they didn't actually know how low Porpoise Pops was.
Womp womp.
Look at all these pink wards from teammate in their inventories. They are really prioritizing vision here for the team and the objective control. And I love seeing this adaptation from this team because they used to be just a challenger team that was saying, we're going to beat you in lane every time. And now they've made adaptations. Their team fighting is better. They've moved away from lane bullies to more team fight organized compositions. And I think it's a fantastic thing. They won Lone Star Clash and a lot of Black Monster Cups off of their individual skill. And now they're trying to show up for the LCS and say that they can play ball too.
So far they're playing ball a little bit better than Keen is. Those have been missing shockwaves, and Curse Academy need a way back into this game, but they're really just playing so passively that I don't see what the route in is for them. Saint does get ward control back over Baron, but we've seen teammate be too quick to defend those.
He's going to walk into Cali Trolls.
Well, the ward will. 1/3 of that ward is already dead. One of the wings. Knock up onto Chris. Ulti by Slushi. Ignite is used, but Chris is healing back up. He's going to stay safe, and that is a shorter cooldown, so not even too bad.
And they're going to continue to pressure this turret. We see Porpoise Pops coming to the top lane. Impactful pushing bottom. Maple Street's going to answer that, but Keen is not around for this fight.
So Slushi A just shoving down the top lane, getting rid of the minions, and down goes the turret. Impactful will trade back in the bot side, though. So equal stuff overall. Impactful back within 27 minions here, and about ready to equalize this Kog'Maw's power.
And they're going back and forth, back to this mid lane, and they're leaving Slushi in that top lane to split push against Chris. He has good wave clear. He has his power spikes with his 2 crit items that he's going to have.
Yeah, Slushi is fully ready to team fight right now. Teammate are just ahead right now by a significant margin here. And Curse Academy have not been able to get the battles the way they want. They've just got to wait for Impactful to power up and maybe get a Miracle Shockwave. Again, we've only seen one person hit in 3 Shockwaves.
Yeah, it's actually a very passive game here. Only 4 kills, 25 minutes in, which is very uncharacteristic of Team 8.
Yeah.
They love to fight, but I think this is indicative of their composition and the fact that they're trying to scale, and Calitrolls isn't on a huge playmaker early.
I mean, the thing is, I do think the late game is good, but it's not like they're going to magically just be better than Mundo, Orianna, Trist, right? It's not like waiting is definitely going to win Team 8 the game. I actually feel like they have more ways of playmaking.
Yeah, the big thing was Porpoise Pop's level 6 playmaking to get them this lead. But look at this, he's getting flanked. Chris is getting flanked in the top lane by Slooshy.
Dodge the cleaver though. There's the ulti in from Nocturne's gonna go for the knock up there. One more shot to go. The ulti popped in and Chris now ulti down is running low on health. There comes St. Vicious. The battle has begun. St. Chris both low. Shockwave comes in and it's gonna be the revived Dr. Mundo. Teammate wasting their time for nothing. There's the first kill finally picked up. Calitrolls though goes 1 for 1. Getting a kill, losing his life. Now the chase in from Impactful. He's gonna find Porpoise Pops. 2 hits from killing him. One more shot will do it. And that is the kill up now towards Slooshy, who cannot quite trade back. Dodo is trying as well, but Impactful getting knocked up, gets a double kill, and Curse Academy finally find a team fight.
Maple Street did nothing that fight. He did absolutely nothing. It was a 4-on-5. Curse Academy called for the turn, and it worked out perfectly. They got Chris back up with the Zillion ultimate, and they're going to go straight for a Baron here.
Wow, Curse Academy back in on this one.
Oh,
but
Maple Street.
They're so low right here. Can Kog'Maw do it? Ball comes out. Keen has mana. Bunny Foo, 1 hit from dead. Out goes Impactful. They are gone. Here's a TP. Now can Calitrolls make this happen? Chris forced to run. He's got home guard, but the cleaver stops him. So does the Dissonance. Just the 4 for 1.
Wow, so they see that Curse Academy are so low. Maple Street, look at those flashing health bars. He could have gotten quadra kill.
Would have double kill.
So many. Oh, but they stop the Baron and they make the best of bad situation despite that team fight that they lost. They're still up 3.5k gold.
Yep. Well, when you get kills and just kills. I mean, yeah, 3 kills are nice, but that's all you get. It's not too bad.
Yeah, Maple Street does nothing this fight. He sits mid lane, pushes it out, and then doesn't even join the fight. They try to take down the very tanky Mundo. They blow a lot on him. The Paranoia is down. The Last Breath is down. Dodo finally joined this fight, but Keen shows up and he's able to just zone out. Calitrolls is really, really low. And then Impactful. He has the red buff at this point, and he just resets. Flashes forward to get this red buff. He gets a refresh off of this too. And jumps again for Slooshy. Slooshy tries to turn it. He almost takes out Impactful, but the double exhaust that Curse Academy brought is exactly what the doctor ordered.
It was beautiful. And so Curse Academy very good at not dying then. Big front line, shields, revives, and long range otherwise. And so life is okay. 3,000 gold game. Definitely very close now. And we've seen what the team fight comp of Curse Academy can do. Impactful goes for actually a higher damage build of Phantom Dance per second. A little bit more damage you're going to get from Static Shiv here. So the end game spike will be massive for this Trist if Curse Academy can keep holding on. I don't know if anyone can actually deal with that damage output.
Here's the thing is Maple needs to be a part of these fights. He really does. It's a 4-on-5, you know, it just sounds like Captain Obvious right there, but he needs to be a part of these fights. He didn't even push down a turret. And Dragon's up, and they're going to make a move for it here. Ooh. Good chunking there. TP.
And the flash ulti from St. Vicious, big damage comes through, but no one takes the ulti from the Absolute Zero. Slooshy trying to go to but he goes down first. The revive onto Nunu, a 1 for 0. And again, in comes Impactful. He's going to get Porpoise Pops. He's going to get the reset. Goes over to the Wraith camp. And teammate forced away again and again and again.
A big part of that was the teleport from Chris. He TPs after Calitrolls uses his root and Arcane Smash, and he has nothing to interrupt it with.
He just gets it cleanly then. Curse Academy getting a good fight for themselves. That's going to be a dead Baron. Porpoise Pops is gone. And a good smite from St. Vicious securing the first Baron of the game for Curse Academy.
It puts them only 1,000 gold behind Team 8, but they also have these temporary combat stats.
Be careful, he's fast. He's got cleavers.
Oh, he's even faster.
Got Dissonance. There's Calitrolls. A nice bubble could stop them. Great Void Ooze as well, but Impactful says, you know what? I chase people down for a living. Chris going to do the same. Calitrolls going to die.
And he's going to go in, try to get something for this, possibly a Zillion ulti, and he does.
All right, force the cooldown out. But there's a lot of time here for Bunny Fufu to get that back up. He's already at 35% CDR from items. It's already a third of the way back up.
And that's going to be a 1,000 gold lead now for Curse Academy, and the Baron buff still taking on them. One of their first leads of the game, because Team 8 had control of it throughout the start.
Yep.
a bad team fight where they didn't have Maple Street, and then the second one, they didn't actually have Cali Trolls for the entire time because his teleport was on cooldown. Chris uses his after they have a little scuffle, and he has to walk all the way to the fight. He doesn't make it there.
Yeah, it's one of the rare bad teleport misplays I've seen of Cali Trolls. He's normally always in the right place at the right time. Chris outplayed him massively there, though, and Chris Academy got the team fight off of it.
It was more of a stopping a teleport because he was
right.
trying to brawl because that's his style.
Yeah, but
then
the thing
Chris
is,
teleports in.
He's not identifying the fact that he can't join the fight. Right?
Yeah.
Normally, Cali Troll's the guy saying, I'm going to TP in, get the flank, make this happen. And he's like, can't TP, gonna let my team die.
Yeah. The fact he wasn't able to interrupt the teleport is just really, really big. But here's Slushi. He's going to try to make a move top with Porpoise Pops, the flash.
Good flash by Chris. Gets him out, though. Ulti flash, not too bad. Ulti gone for Porpoise Pops, and we've not seen those gangs work in a while.
They're going to push mid, though, off of this. Curse Academy are going to try to at least clear these waves and get closer to this turret, get some damage on it. It's impactful. 403. He's doing a lot of damage right now.
Well, let's see what they can do. Nice two-man pebble, but the turret goes down anyway. Curse Academy even farther ahead now.
Didn't
They're
have
in
Slushi.
complete control.
No Slushi for the win wall.
Sure, and of course, Curse Academy, when they just group together as 5, a team fight like this, the perfect high damage build for Tristana with a Blood Boil on her, rank 3 Blood Boil at that, like, you don't handle that team fight in any meaningful way. Teammate have to find crazy flank engages to make this work.
The warding from Curse Academy, though, they've started to just advance and take out these tier 2 turrets with the range of impact move, level 16, and that attack speed you were talking about. This is going to get chunked out so quickly.
And it's 3 hits from dead. Down it goes.
Start rolling over them now. The movement speed increases on Chris.
5 turrets down, 2,500 gold lead. Curse Academy still ready to keep going. Chris just cannot take damage at this point. Level 16 on Dr. Muda with a Visage and the Warmogs. And Impactful is the turret-killing machine right now. 4-0-3. So far playing an absolutely great game. There's the next attempt. Turret goes down through backdoor bonus. Losing a 10th so far.
Minions are coming up. It's going to remove those backdoor bonuses. Every now and then, Impactful, he just sneaks a little hit in there. Just chipping away at it.
It does regenerate 180 health a minute, but it's more... Well, it's not enough to deal with what Impactful's doing right now. Bunny soaks of XP there, going to get closer to 16 with that. Maple Street actually heavily underleveled. Impactful is 17 to Maple's 14. This basically puts Trist out of reach of anyone on Team 8's side. Without Cali Trolls getting an actual flank and getting the Arcane Smash knockup, they're not going to catch Impactful.
Yeah, they have to catch him with that Yasuo ultimate, but even if they do, he might even receive just the Chrono Shift.
Sure.
Back up.
Even that's rough. You're right. And this is what we sort of have discovered about Zillion support, is he works really well with some individually fed members, where it's like, you must deal with this guy, but he can't be dealt with because of the revive. You're seeing Chris is massive. You're seeing Impactful's massive. Either one get revived, and the team fight's kind of lost for Team 8.
Yeah, and fun thing here is Keen actually has 100% kill participation on himself, and everybody else on Curse Academy, they've just been winning these team fights back and forth. They have a lot of assists between them because they're grouping up and they're taking it to Team 8, and Team 8 are just having tiny misplays, but those misplays will cost you the entire fight.
Yeah. That's been happening so far for Team 8. They've also just stalled out very heavily now. Curse Academy dictating the pace, keeping the ward coverage up with their double sight stone.
Maple's late again. Having to walk
It was
the
Chris, though. It's a 4-on-4, but the thing is, missing an AD carry is too important at this point. Frozen Heart also done for Saint.
The ward coverage of Curse Academy just looks really good. You can tell they want to siege this part of the map because they set up for it. They set up for it with pinks, too, in the back, so that they can't get flanked by TPs and can escape that way.
And Curse Academy now, I think on this wave, might just take down the turret. There's Impactful going with the Rapid Fire, with the Blood Boil. Nice bubble comes in, and that was the exact time Team 8 could maybe try to engage. But even with a knockup on the AD carry, they are too afraid to fight. Teammate's going to keep getting walked over this game.
There's a level advantage here for Curse Academy that you kind of have to respect. 18 on their mid laner, 17 on Chris, and on Impactful, and then just the deficits, too. Cali Trolls is 2 levels down, and so is Maple Street. They don't have their rank 3 ultimates.
That's true. And maybe that'll be enough to wait for, that you get those power spikes in and maybe life turns back around a little bit, but it's going to be 15 minutes of waiting for Curse Academy to build whatever kind of lead they can of Teammate not even trying to stop them. Recalls Curse Academy right in time for Dragon. Yeah, they've got a gold lead. Cash in, take the globals one more time, and use Baron buff to push down inhibitors. And that's a 3-minute clock before teammate loses the game off sieging. If they don't make a play before then, like, that's the game for Curse Academy.
It's just they didn't group up for the team fights in Curse Academy. They took advantage of that completely.
Yep.
Team fighting with one member down, 4v5 is never a good situation.
Well, blue buff on Maple Street. He is now level 16, so we can help reach the backline a little bit, do some more poke, and his combat stats are scaling up now. Dragon in 2 seconds.
Split push coming out, though, from Team 8, and they're too far away. They gave away their position because they're in that entire warded area from Curse Academy in that top red side jungle, and they gave the buffs to Maple Street, both of them.
Yeah.
Help them catch up in experience.
Well, it's all in Maple right now. Individually, he's got 1,300 gold in inventory. He's 1,000 gold away from getting his Infinity Edge. By the time he gets that money, they're going to lose an inhibitor. So, unfortunately for Maple, he's not going to be able to break down this Mundo, who's got Warmog's Thornmail and another Chain Vest on him. Maple's basically fallen behind now because of great global gold coming in for Curse Academy.
And we see they're actually doing the Baron right now and using Chris as a bait. He does have his teleport available. Dodo wards over the wall. There's the TP coming in. They're trying to disrupt this. They're still going for it.
There's the engage. The smite goes to St. Vicious. So Porpoise Pops goes in. Calitros as well. Teammate, can they win this battle? They're not well positioned though. Impactful getting good damage down. Slushy now wants to chase down Trist. Can't quite do it. Good kiting. The knockup onto Key, but he stays alive. Rampage now as Slushy falls down. Calitros also chased. Impactful finds a kill. 2 for 0 so far. Teammate forced to run.
Yeah, 2 for 0, and they still have the Zillion ultimate available on Bunny Fufu. That was a team fight that was completely in favor of Curse Academy, and they want more with the red.
Bubble's not going to land. Maple Street going to be going down. The revive forced on Impactful. Now it's a 3 for 0. The slow on the Dodo make that 4 kills plus Baron. This could be the game-winning push right now.
It's 5 members to 1 right now, and Curse Academy, they're going to continue to push this down. They have the Baron buff for some regen, and Nunu, he can just keep consuming.
Yeah, they're going to be just fine on this one there. Inhibitor is gone, 20 seconds on the revives, and Curse Academy looking for the death blow, 38 minutes in. Chris dancing back and forth. He's too taking a die. Leaves the W on, because why the heck not? They flash for good measure as well, putting the spells on cooldown. Shockwave in the river, and there we go. 38 minutes, game 1, Curse Academy.
The strategic play of Curse Academy and taking advantage of the missed positions from Team 8. They had a team fight composition, but they just didn't group, and Curse Academy took Baron after Baron off of the misplays.
Yep. Teammate, I think, needed to get some playmaking going in, but unfortunately, they just seemed to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Chris's teleports were better, the flanks were better. It just was people getting caught out from Teammate that they're normally so good at forcing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a reverse game for them.
Yeah, and the fact that Impactful got so big, 6-0 and 5 for him.
Yeah.
They had an Orianna backing him up, who also had a really good scoreline, 5-1 and 6. That there's multi-pronged threat on that team. And you saw in the last team fight, Slushy went for last breath, only got Keen in it. Didn't get Impactful at the same time.
Yeah.
If he did, it might have been a slightly different team fight, but Bunny Fufu still had his ultimate available.
That's true, and realistically, there was no good way in on that game afterwards when Curse Academy specifically just played the 5-on-5s. What I like as well from that game was back in Champs League, actually, the sort of bluff called by Curse Academy. You actually mentioned this, that Calitros loves to brawl, and he's on a non-playmaking top laner. He's on this Maokai who can't easily force kills. Throughout the playoffs, I had seen great synergy between Calitros and Porpoise Pops. The top lane ganks were so darn good. And Curse Academy baited a tank versus tank top lane. First pick Orianna, expect the Maokai pickup, and then suddenly nothing happens anymore. And Curse Academy gets to play, as you mentioned, the strategic game, the team fight game where Tristana is completely safe, unreachable. And look what happens.
Yeah, and most of the Dragons went to teammate at the start of the game, the first 3 or so.
The very first one went to Curse Academy to put the goal back to equal, and then yeah, teammate tried to control.
After that, the Dragons that were worth a substantial amount to them just got them further and further ahead, but then they threw that lead away. Maple Street pushing bottom, pushing mid, not being a part of that fight, and then the next fight right after that cost them even more and got the Baron onto Curse Academy, and then they just started to walk away with the game.
Yeah.
Their warding and their ability to close out the game from Curse Academy definitely looked better. They were able to just hold off, then keep the pressure on when they did have a lead.
Yeah.
So that was a big problem there because Team 8, they didn't continue pressure because they could have grouped as 5 and continued to push with that lead because they had a distinct advantage in 5-on-5s.
Yeah, and they played it just kind of slow. And there's a lot of really small to moderate things that I think contributed to this loss. I think the biggest one, you're absolutely right, is the fact that Team 8 failed to use their lead against a team that's like, when we get our spikes in, we're going to team fight you and just go for it hard. But also the fact that Kog'Maw, his build sucked, 24-second, can't kill Mundo, and you saw Chris be unstoppable there as well. One death game, gave away first blood from a repeated attempt gank top that finally paid off for Team 8, but otherwise, great plays all throughout the lineup for Curse Academy. For now, we're going to throw it over to the experts at the analyst desk to break down that victory by Curse